Good morning. We are in the small town of Chalten. I've probably said that wrong. We are going to be climbing up to Mount Fitzroy today. Extremely excited. I've got my poles at the ready and I have no idea what to expect. Apparently it's going to be anywhere from a fast 6-hour walk all the way to 12. So we're definitely probably going to do it in 13 hours most probably. However, we're going to have a go, see how we get on. I'll show you some of the different steps, what parts are hard, what parts are easy. I have my poles at the ready. Was not planning on bringing poles. However, when we got to the shop, we found out from other people who had done the hike that it's actually quite tricky. We'll see. We'll see. I also have something else in my bag that I got from the hiking shop, which I wasn't expecting to bring, but I'm not going to spoil the surprise just yet. Partner is over there at the ready. We're going to go into the little town now to pick up some sandwiches. Wifey, you excited? Beauty poles at the ready. Anything you're nervous about?
Spending the day with you.
Spending the day with me. Brilliant. Fantastic. Off to a great start already. Okay, this is the town here. Lots of different places, supermarkets, and also places like this. This is where we're going to go. I've heard some good things about the sandwiches, but they're also a decent price. So that is simple.
And you get
Okay, so sandwiches, empanadas bought. We bought 3 empanadas, popcorn, a little cake type thing that Claire wanted, like little jam tart type thing, a sandwich, and that all came to 23,000 at the time of recording this, which is £16. So pretty good for our lunch. We've also brought with us 2 bottles of water. We believe there's some different springs on the way where you can fill your bottles up, so fingers crossed for that. And then in terms of other bits and pieces that we've brought, obviously you can see I'm currently wearing 3 different layers. Might be a bit too overkill. I've got my fleece on, down jacket and coat, and then I've also just got 1 pair of normal trail running shoes. Fingers crossed that's okay. They're not waterproof, so that could be awful. We'll find out. And in terms of what's in my bag, obviously all the food, and different bits and pieces of cameras. Got my big camera, little camera, all the cameras, and then that's about it really. In the distance is the starting point, so excited to get going. Okay, there we go, let's start. So we'll see how it goes. There she goes. See you later. Time now is 9:30. It'll be interesting to see how we get on for time getting back to this exact spot. There's actually 2 pathways.
No, that's different.
That one is different. That one?
Yeah, the Salto is a different track.
That's a different track. We've got that one. So the one that's got the big flat hill. From what I've heard online, the first part is a bit tricky, quite high incline. We'll see, and then apparently it'll flatten out as and when we get a little bit higher.
It's supposed to be about 8 kilometres. No, I think I've made it up. I think it's about 11 kilometres.
11 kilometres.
One way.
One way. Ooh, she's got her sticks. Go on, Dora.
In case there's any pumas.
Any pumas? Okay.
Oh look, pumas ahead. Sacrifice them to the puma.
Ascent complete. I think that was not too bad. The track was definitely pretty straightforward. Lots of different steps. It was all pretty set out, so it was straightforward. I wouldn't say it was too intense. However, with our fitness, perhaps a little bit more tiring. How did you find that, Claire?
Just warm.
Just warm, just warm. I think it flattens out a little bit now. Yeah, definitely packed too many layers. As you can see, I'm already just in 1. But look at the view. It's a woodpecker. We'll name him Woody. Okay, we just passed the sign saying kilometre 1 of 10. I'm not sure it's 10 kilometres. I feel like it's definitely more than 10 kilometres. However, 1 kilometre out of 10. Yeah, that's not a lot. But we're slowly getting there, I guess. A few breaks here and there. We saw a woodpecker. Not her. She does peck my head all the time. Haha. It's terrible, terrible. What are you showing me? Other than this unbelievable view. There. Dun, 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 dun. Probably get a copyright for that. We're currently in what I would say is part 2, past the 2 kilometre mark. This really opens up into some wooded area where there's steps, lots of different kind of streams, routes that you've got to step over, and it's just a nice walk up and down all over the place. Partner at the moment, still as you can see going upwards, but a lot more flat than the initial bit. I would say the initial bit, having seen the the commentary of what the walk was going to be like, I would say that the first part is harder than this for sure. Not the hardest, but more difficult. We've made it through to Mirador Fitzroy. Now at this point it splits off into 2 sections. You've got a Laguna section which you can go past, or a Mirador viewpoint. We chose the viewpoint with a view of coming back to the Laguna as we come back down. So it doesn't really matter as you can go past one or the other as you come down. Just kind of had that nice opportunity to sit down for a tiny second and just enjoy the viewpoint. There is something quite mesmerising about Mount Fitzroy, for sure. And that probably sounds quite silly when you see it on video, but yeah, there's something about it. I've seen quite a few mountains, Mount Everest, different mountains in Nepal, and this one is different. I think the kids call it aura. It has like aura points, something like that. So this is where we are now. We were there, we chose to go to the Mirador there, so I think we want this red one, and then on the way back we're going to choose to go down by this lagoon. 6 of 10. Personally, I'm not too sure. Personally think I've done at least 7. I've got no evidence of how to prove that, but just on my pure effort, I'm saying 7. Maybe it's longer than 10 kilometers. Quick pit stop for a banana break.
With a view.
With a view. That's terrible. Terrible.
Cancel him now.
Cancel the channel. Only one person at a time on this sketchy bridge. Oh, I mean, it doesn't help that I can't. Oh yeah. Little wobble. Oi.
People used to drive here.
Oh really?
Must have done.
Oh yeah, because it says about be careful when you leave your car and watch out for falling trees. Dun dun dun. And watch out for this one. Fierce. Could there be any pumas? No pumas.
Right.
What was that action? Almost there. We're about 9 out of 10 kilometers, and then we're on to apparently the trickiest bit. This is a nice straightforward part to go through, yeah, but the most challenging bit is right at the end, and that's why I need the little mystery thing that's in the bottom of my bag. One cool thing is that this water, as you can see, is absolutely beautifully clear, and you can actually drink this water. I filled my bottle up earlier, and that's brilliant because you haven't got to go and buy extra bottles of water, take them with you. You can just bring one and fill it up as you're going along. So there's a little toilet up there, table and chairs behind there, and this is the last push, I believe. About 1 kilometre left, but like I said, the last kilometre is the hardest. There is a sign that warned you about the unstable terrains and bits and pieces, and there's not been any signs like that so far, so it must be a little bit more hilly, a bit more challenging. Will I need the mystery item? Okay, this part is definitely a little bit more of a challenge. Okay, so far so tough, but we've still got all of this to go, and then you can see it starts to get snowy. Up. I'm guessing the lagoon is maybe around there somewhere. No idea. Okay, no, scrap that. So we've got this to go, up, and right up there. You can see some red hats. So that is, oh, that's quite long. Oh, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. There is a guy actually skiing. Look at him. Look at him go. I don't know why he's an aeroplane, but okay, it's time for the mystery item that is at the bottom of the bag. Inside the bag is crampons. I did not know that we needed crampons. When we went into the shop, loads of people were getting them, and I was like, really? We really need those? As you can see, it's starting to get quite icy, and the ascent is still very, very steep. So these are going to go onto the end of my shoes. We're currently here kind of at the beginning of October, which is the end of winter here in Patagonia. So things are starting to melt. However, I didn't think we would need them. Okay, crampons at the ready. Okay, so this is what the crampons are for. Well, I've not actually spoken about cost either. The cost of the bigger crampons, you can get like these chain ones that go over your shoes. They're a little bit cheaper, 8,000, so about £6, $8-ish. These ones were 15, were they 15,000?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, 15,000 I want to say, which is $15, about 11, 12 pounds. The sticks were about 4,000. Yeah, of course you can. 4,000. So that's just for the static. You can get the telescopic ones, 8,500. So 4,000 for the sticks is about £3, £2.50. It was a hidden expense that I didn't expect. However, now that I've seen this, I guess, yeah, worth it. Worth it. There it is. There it is. It has been a tough walk. I'm not gonna lie about that. I think my watch is telling me 18 times my goal. Oh, you couldn't see that. 18 times my step goal going up. My elevation. I love you, but look at how steep that is. That's like a massive trick. Like, you get to the top and you think, yeah, I made it, and then you just see this. Like, what? There is a fox. Made it. And the bacon, cheese and plum empanada with a bit of a view. Claire said we didn't need to go all the way to the top, to the frozen bit. We could see it right here. Sun is starting to set, so we've been a little bit longer than we'd hoped. However, this is a lovely way to finish. Just look at the mirror effect on the lagoon. Mount Fitzroy in the background, stunning. You don't want to see my face, you just want to see that, let's be honest. Okay, so here's the sign, and the total time, as you can see it's dark, was just under 12 hours. Not the 13 I said, but 12 hours. So, made it. I'm going to do my outro in another place. Fun fact, I didn't actually finish that video, so here I am back in the UK. I did 42,000 steps on that day, which I only did during my first marathon. I hadn't done it since then, and yeah, literal marathon. I was absolutely exhausted after that, and I went straight to bed. The next day I then went on another hike to Loma del Tiempo Poblado or something. I'll leave some overlay of footage, possibly even better views. It was recommended when we took our hiking stuff back. The whole area of Patagonia, especially that area there, was absolutely special and a particular highlight. When people ask, like, what was your favourite part of your trip? We often say that part. There were so many great things about that trip, but those couple of days that we spent hiking, if we could have extended that even further, we would have. It was absolutely worth it. Definitely checking out if you're ever interested in doing that yourself. Hopefully the lessons that you learn throughout the video you'll be able to take with you, whether it's costs, what to bring, things like that. And I thank you for spending all this time on the video. Feel free to subscribe for more travel adventures at some point, and I'll see you in another one. Until then, I'm out.